Hello everybody, and welcome to Nursing the Dashawns2cents on location, first time ever, hot tub, Hilton Checkers. You can see the sign over there if you the camera can zoom. Over there, Hilton Checkers. I'm here, requested Jack Evans. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing okay, but once again,
I'm sorry.
It's the man, the myth, the legend, Jack Evans from the heavens. And while I originally agreed to do this hot tub interview, Mr. Dashawns2cents here being in his boxer is not part of that deal.
Hey.
So I'm about to back out. You better make this good, my friends.
So we had never great Lucha Underground tape. We can't say much, but awesome stuff.
Let's just say that this happens. And then at this part, you just put a whole bunch of beeping, like I'm saying the spoilers, but they're not going to do.
It's not edited. I'm sorry, I just lost my track of thought. But let's talk about how is it to be Lucha Underground, the crowd, the atmosphere. How is it? How is season 2 compared to season 1? What do people expect? With no spoilers.
In season 2, you can just expect, like, everyone has, again, I can't say much, but everyone has such a crazy character growth. Like, there's certain guys that go off in different angles that you wouldn't imagine. Like, the writing is really, really top-notch in season 2.
Yep.
So I would definitely say that's a big plus, advantage, bonus, different.
Sorry about that.
And then, of course, actually, you know what else is different about season 2, and perhaps the most important part of all?
Just gonna air in Canada?
Well, but in season 1, Mr. Jack Evans did not come on until the very end. But in season 2, I'm with you the whole time.
So let's talk. We talked about in the override over here. We talked about it. How much exposure Lucha got with season 1. We'll talk about that. Like all the guys like Pentagon Jr., Phoenix, guys that weren't known to the U.S. audiences were like blown out to the scene.
Oh, completely. Because with Lucha Underground, it started to expose a lot of these guys. So now they're going international, going to Europe, Japan more often.
It's like
America,
PWG,
Canada.
AEW's booking them. It's a lot. Elko, your partner's doing a lot of British shows. Hopefully, he
Yeah.
still does them with his injury.
Yeah,
Wish him good. He'll get well, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll be back. So. And yeah, because these guys have been amazing for a long time, so they finally deserve this kind of exposure. And there's more coming. You haven't seen guys like Dogga and stuff much.
Yeah, there's a lot of
They have
guys.
a lot to show, so
Yeah, Triple A, they kind
get
of
excited. And of course, there's always Jack Evans, wrestling's one true god, stands upon Mount Olympus. It's the Zeus raining down thunderbolts upon Sean and.
Yeah, Luchador's getting been stuck in Mexico, and no one really gets to see it outside of Mexico, so it's good. You're at Bola, and how was it being with AAA guys out of PWG atmosphere, a place you used to call home?
Oh, it was amazing, but you want to bring up something with Bola. I do believe we have something to discuss.
Oh, yeah.
I do believe that Mr. Sean Scoville over here decided to give me versus Angelico a match that featured the best drunken master you've ever seen. He critiqued it rather harshly. Said it didn't please his
A lot of shenanigans.
wrestling senses, if he has any.
But I really praise your rematch at Smash Wrestling. You and Helco tore the house down over there. Shout out to James Key, Smash on Demand. Definitely subscribe to that. Yeah, one day notice you guys flew up there and put together a match. How hard was that?
You know, we're professionals. No, it's actually weird because it's technically only the second time for as long as we've actually been down in Mexico together and been a tag team that we've ever actually wrestled against each other. So
That's a good point.
it was difficult, but we pulled through and finally were able to please even the hardest of fans and critics.
You already know what's happening.
Oh,
I'm getting mean mugged.
we have guests that can introduce themselves.
I'm fuckboy retard.
What he said.
Alright, that's I'm fuckboy retard.
So, like you said, you and
And as you can see, wrestlers are known to give a lot of wisdom. They're just very
I have a
cultured
college education.
people. Yeah.
College education.
he was on Tough
Yeah,
Enough.
blame Utah for him. That's not wrestling.
Yeah.
That's Utah. We're not taking blame for Marty. There's no way.
So, like you said, first time action, people think luchadors face each other all the time, but matches like that you see like Ebola, like what was it, Pentagon? What was the match? It was Pentagon Jr. versus Phoenix, right? Pentagon Jr. versus what was it, Drago. That's not seen in AAA, is it? Pentagon Jr. versus Drago. 1-on-1.
Oh, 1-on-1, definitely not. Like they had to cross paths because they're heel or they're rudo technical, but 1-on-1 no, because 1-on-1 seldom happen. It's
Do you think it's cool for them to get out to new audiences and work 1-on-1? Do you think it's good for luchadors to do that?
Yeah, I do. But you know what? Actually, for as rarely as they do 1-on-ones, like they excelled at. Like they took it very fast. So
definitely,
it's good. They got practice, but it's also that they didn't need it. Like I'm used to doing 1-on-ones the majority of my career, and until Mexico, and I suck at 1-on-ones with any of them. That's why I love having a tag team partner. You just get some guy that can cover up your weak spots, get in there, do a couple flips, boom, boom. It's the secret kids to always have work.
Yeah, you were gone for American Senior, kind of hiding in Mexico, and people kind of forgot, like, where's Jack Evans? Where's Jack Evans? And they cool to remind American audiences, hey, I'm still here.
Yeah, it was.
You think American? Did you worry when you came back on Lucha Underground that people forgot about you?
Yeah, well, a little bit. I knew obviously there'd be some people that still remembered and everything, but yeah, because it has been like 7 years or something, and so I wasn't worried about it. I was, of course, confident I could win them back over with my skills and extravagant aerial maneuvers. But no, I definitely thought like there's definitely going to be the majority of fans would be new.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, the majority of fans would be new. I was actually more recognized than I expected, if anything.
I know you're always taking out smoke breaks, and like fans come up to you, and you're very nice to the fans. How is it being like fan experience at Lucha Underground?
It's amazing.
I know my cameraman can
attest. Though, fan experience, if your fans watching at home, is that like, you know, obviously you don't want to go out there and be being a crook to the fans, and you're a nice guy, but then they actually, because a lot of the fans Lucha Underground are recurring fans, back, and then so then they'll start to like you, and they'll cheer you even though you're a rudo.
Oh yeah, that's not,
Boos or cheers, I swear to God they are.
No matter how much, I have friends of all wrestlers, I know a lot of wrestlers, even though how much I know somebody, I'll boo the shit out of them if I know they're heel. That's what wrestling is.
I know some wrestlers that hate you.
They're referees hate
Jr. is going to break your fucking like, I'm sorry, cuz, but
yeah.
I mean, if I'm going to translate exactly what he said, he said he's going to tear your arm off. He absolutely hates you. I don't know what he did to him.
I know referees hate me. That's about referees.
Why do referees hate you?
I don't know. I just find it on blocked by different people.
Is it multiple referees or just?
Well, there's a hatred on both sides, but it's one-sided with one.
Well, how many referees?
2 referees.
2 referees?
Yeah.
Well, do you notice that in both these problems you have with referees, you're the one recurring thing?
Yeah.
So maybe the problem is then, maybe it's you.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
you change your
definitely.
negative attitude.
Definitely.
That's what we're here for. Little known fact, I'm an amateur psychologist, and I am here to Freudian fucking slip back. I'm not going to slip shit in these boxes. But anyway, he's going to get a mental evaluation, and right now,
Ready for some Twitter questions?
I'm guessing antisocial personality disorder, maybe even just a grade A psychopath.
So we want to get to Twitter questions?
He doesn't feel empathy, people. Do you see this? He just completely fucking ignores everything I say. I'm sorry for cussing you, dude. I'm not.
No, it's fine.
Yes, I'm ready to get to Twitter questions, but why are you dodging my questions? That's the real question.
I've been evaluated. I've been labeled somewhat normal. Somewhat. Let's not get to my mental history. That's a very, very dark alley we don't want to cross. We go into. You'll be here all day.
Well, from my experience with psychology.com, I would not label you as somewhat normal.
I don't ignore questions. I try to keep the interview on track. Try to get to all the bullet points.
I'm friends with Ted Hart. We never get off track. We always keep. Speaking of which, February 12th, me and Ted Hart will be having a reunion tag team special. I want to say it is in Texas, and I want to say it's against Brian Cage, but I can't remember. But check it out. I'm willing to bet that there's information
And
online.
Teddy Hart will be on this. Oh, Mo.
Uh-oh. Sexy time just began. Uh-oh. See, these are the reasons. With just me in here, he can wear the boxers. When this man gets in here, things change. Things change.
You want to introduce yourself to the audience?
Hello.
I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be here.
That's
You're absolutely welcome.
walk-ins are welcome. It's like a psychology office.
Yeah.
Walk-ins are
It's a
welcome.
revolving door. I'll give you my fees later.
Psychology 101.
God, he's getting
Figure
mental
it out.
evaluation right now.
Yes. Trying to get my heat in this hot tub.
And tell people, introduce people, tell people who you are. They don't know. They're not smart enough to know.
I'm not sure anymore. I'm not sure anymore. My identity seems to have slipped my mind.
I'll identify. I'll give you a great introduction if you
But
want.
if you can figure out who I am, you should go to my YouTube channel.
Can I introduce you?
By all means.
If you haven't been to
That's
Vegas,
mysterious. That's how I
you haven't been to
do it.
Vegas, you haven't seen the man that's tearing the scene down, kicking people's asses, putting them in the hospital. It's the fucking toll man, Kevin Cross.
Yeah. On that
FSW
note,
heavyweight champion right here.
have a good night.
Yeah, go see FSW win their next show. Tomorrow.
Be there or be square.
Definitely. So, before we interrupted, let's get to the Twitter questions. We got, someone said it's too much sexy for the hot tub. Me and you in there. So, what's the, do you have stories about, was it Nuevo
Laredo? Oh, there's just one time. I've told the story like so much now, but the scariest thing is we did get pulled out by the cartel once, and like the whole deal, they had the big guns and everything out, and I was shitting my pants. And it ended up like they recognized Chessman, me, and all the group of wrestlers, and they took a picture with us.
Well, you told me this story.
Yeah,
It's pretty funny.
And then, so maybe she wants another one besides that? Because did I already say this one before?
I think on the show, I think it's to me. But you can tell, like, people,
But and
new
then
viewers.
anyway, so then it fast forward like years later, and like the lead guy that took us out in the van and everything, he's now a luchador there. And so like I was shitting my pants, but he's like, oh no, I'm a luchador here. And like they were making fun of me and everything, but I can't lie, I was like in shock, like totally frozen. I didn't know what was going on. That's my Nuevo Laredo story.
We got one. Who's the better partner, Teddy Hart or Angelica?
If you want lessons on life, Ted Hart for actual tag teaming and Helico.
Who would win at a death battle?
You know what? Actually, that's even hard to say because but the reason I would say that Helico's a tough partner is because he's the heat and you get the residual heat. And Helico's not easy either. Like I have this bad reputation in Mexico, but everyone ignores how much he has spazzed, how crazy he has gone, what he has refused to do. For some reason, I have like a personality that makes me a victim over other people. Because other people do the same stuff and get half the consequences.
We got a picture of Teddy Hart's girl and Mr. Money. Mr. Money.
Oh, I haven't seen Mr. Money in years.
Yeah, he's looking some of Teddy Hart.
I used to have his cat, the brother of Mr. Money.
Okay.
Yeah, his name was Elgato Conbota.
He had one. I'm trying to find this good one. We got Fuck Marry or Kill. We got Angelico, Australian Suicide, or Teddy Hart.
Definitely marry an Australian Suicide out of all of those ones. Because me and Australian Suicide, we just live that YouTube lifestyle together. One day you got to ask Matt Cross about the YouTube lifestyle. He's the maestro. And so we just sit, happily together watching YouTube all day. I don't know which one I would fuck or kill between Angelico and Ted. That's one of those ones where I just have to be sorry guys. I just blindly toss a coin, call it in the air, and
No,
it goes.
okay. What about our cameraman? What was you? Question. No. Okay. Everybody's puzzled on it.
This is him.
Oh. Okay, that's fine.
It's all Jack, dude.
Yeah, it's all Jack. Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't there any more questions?
No, I had a question. Like, do you have any good stories from when you were in Ring of Honor?
Yeah, there's some good ones. I think, but once again, I just feel like I'm treading new ground, so I'm trying to think of something new, because, like, everyone's heard the Samoa Joe story.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no, you're more than welcome. Oh, no, you keep that now and put it on the table. And so I really, off the top of my head, no, I don't actually.
No, it's stories.
Those good, really good memories, though. Actually, PWG, I kind of consider my home promotion.
Yeah, that's what I was
loved
next.
it. But if you really ask me, like my funnest time, like my heart, what I would really call my home promotion is ROH.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's a lot of old YouTube clips of, I know we can't mention it. The blank off of Kiko Tara. I've seen that YouTube. Seen that GIF? How was that match?
Yeah. When I go back and look at that match, I look at that match and realize I should have switched my gimmick to that years ago. Like, why try to go out there and break dance and try to do all that crap? Just straight comedy. I there's so many years of my life have taken off because I didn't realize the power of comedy. Well, Parker's made an entire career out of it. I'm so jealous, but I'm coming, boy. Wait till my Spanish gets a little bit better. I'm taking over that #1 comedy spot in the company.
So you were a big high flyer in Ring of Honor and like 03. How do you compare the high flyers of 03 to high flyers now? The people like
much sloppier. Some still are. Yeah, definitely much sloppier. Like when you see guys like Ricochet.
Yeah, Ricochet. And
they're just executing these moves like at another crispness level. Like it's kind of like in those old Tony Hawk games. We'd hit the kickflip and it would either say sketchy, nothing, or perfect. They're just consistently hitting these perfects, so they get the extra. I actually just went with Ricochet over to a free running thing, and he could like do amazing crap that I don't know if he's saving it. But
there's good free running happening.
And I can't spoil anything, but there's an amazing Ricochet dive that you have to watch in season 2.
There's so many good Ricochet. Do you have any stories?
There's a lot.
You been to Japan? Soon.
Yeah.
You have any good Japan stories? Or a Dragon Gate in Japan, right?
I actually have another. Oh, are you leaving?
I'm gonna go to bed. I gotta go record for you.
See you later.
Any good Japan stories? You were about to say something before we got interrupted. How was it working? You work for Dragon Gate?
Yeah.
How was it working with Dragon Gate?
See, you gotta remember, like, a lot of, like, the good Japanese stories and everything, like, once you have a wife and kids.
Oh, yeah, it's like, you don't know who's watching this.
And, like, I have just I love her to death, but she's psychopathically jealous, so she hears just anything, then she's gonna think somehow a story from 10 years ago relates to modern day times. So, no, I don't have any good Japanese stories.
There's a story of how you went to Skid Row. Walked down to Skid Row.
Oh yeah, they closed 7-Eleven. I'm addicted to coffee and chili dogs, as embarrassing as that is to say, getting over food poisoning recently. So they closed the local 7-Eleven because, I don't know, I'm just going to say the guy's a prick because I'm a negative person and a pessimist. And then I had to go and find another 7-Eleven, and everyone was leading me in these different directions, and then I just went through like the 10th row and everything. So, not to even say anything, because I actually feel bad for him, but it's just when like you're in that area and the mentally just...
Yeah, how's the homeless? That's one problem we have in the U.S. Is that a problem in Mexico too? Yeah, you live in Mexico City. Is the homeless problem in Mexico City compared to U.S.?
Well, I mean, there's just a poverty problem. I mean, obviously there's a poverty problem and wealth gap and all that political stuff we're going into. But the thing in Mexico, it's just a straight poverty problem. Like, there literally isn't a GDP to support everyone having like a high standard of living. So in Mexico it's weird because there's a lot of actually really rich people. There's really rich areas of Mexico. Then you have a very small middle class, or this is so it seems. I'm definitely not like Jack Evans, expert Mexican economist. But this is how it seems, is that there's actually a lot of really rich areas and everything. Santa Fe, Polanco, a lot of money in Mexico. Then a very small middle class, and then a very large poor and a very large below poverty. Very weird wealth distribution.
Okay, let's do some plugs. This hot tub is hot. So let's kind of wrap it up. You think we covered a lot of topics? Any topics you want to cover?
Let me see.
You got any good Lucha Underground Season 1 locker room stories?
I do got one. Funny only on an inside joke level because you don't know the person it's about.
Okay, yeah.
No. There's just in the studio. There was a homeless man found sleeping in a person's office. That because it was specifically this person's office makes it 20 times funnier. Because I mean, okay, I'll get on a weird tangent here, but okay.
Go on.
This guy's hiding out. Really, like, in here, what do you think he's doing all night? Like, with no entertainment and everything. Maybe he messes around in the ring. But when he returns to that office, what do you think he does before he goes to sleep? I hope they use the black light all over your office. No, I'm just kidding.
I have a terrible homeless story, which is not my fault. If you want to hear it, people find.
No, I feel like on this interview we're somehow like getting mean towards the homeless. That's not.
Oh yeah, let's not do that part.
Went to Skid Row and there's a mentally insane person like.
Well, it's getting hot in here, so what do you want to end the interview off on? You want to plug stuff?
The beauty that is this.
So make sure.
No, that's how I was gonna end the interview. You just cut it right there. That's how I was supposed to. How do you want to end it? The beauty that is this. Boom, close up. Bam. That's all right, people. Give me my. No, I'm sorry. How do you want to close it? I'm not sure.
Hey, that's perfect, man.
I would just like to say thank you to Sean. He's been a longtime supporter of wrestling and Lucha Libre. And thank you because in a business that's cyclical and goes up and goes down, there's guys that like you that are always here. And man, that sounds like a Teddy Hart speech, which is probably a shout out to Teddy Hart.
We'll be on the show January 30th. We hope to be on Dashawns2cents.
So
what should I ask him when he's on 2 cents?
He's gonna be here January 30th.
He'll be at UIPW with Montebello in a 4-way tag match.
How close is that to here?
Montebello. Who knows Montebello to LA?
Not that far.
Not that far.
Oh man, I'm almost willing to bet that we'll cross paths January 31st.
Sure.
Don't worry.
January 30th.
My friend Marty
the
will
main
have
event.
what you're looking for.
Willie Mack is my favorite wrestler. What?
The main event is very actually local versus Boulder Jr. Oh, that show is my main event.
Yeah, so what? Plug the city.
UIPW, Montebello, California. Go to UIPW Cary for more information. I got a phone call, so my sister wants to pick me up and stuff. So thank you, Jeff, for taking your time out.
All right, thank you.
Have a great day and peace.
Support Lucha Underground Season 2. Call your local
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold Willie Mack said so. Dashawns2cents in the hot tub at the Hilton with Jack Evans and a bunch of other jackasses. What?
Yes.